Hello, good morning, happy Sunday. I'm so happy to be here with you all. And today I want to talk to you about how to overcome shiny object syndrome. This is for all my multi passionates like me that are always distracted by the next new shiny thing. Or even if you're not multi passionate, if you're still struggling to keep your focus because maybe you've been working towards something for a long time and it's not getting there, and so you may be tempted to pursue something else and then something else. Like if you ever like jumped from one idea to the next, from one niche to the next, from one project to the next, because again, you're always looking for the next new thing that may actually work, and the next new thing that excites you. Because let's face it, sometimes the thing that you're working on, even though it is exciting and it is on purpose and it helps to fulfill your mission, when you are in the nitty gritty of it can feel a bit boring, and you may be tempted to pursue something new, that's still new, sparkling, exciting. And so, how do you overcome that? Have you ever experienced shiny object syndrome? If you have, just put shiny in the comments. And so for me, as a multi-passionate, this is something that I really, really had to have to master. I really had to master this. So for me, I'll give you an example to make this, because I do believe in making things practical and helping you get into the mindset of your coach or entrepreneur, or the people that are actually successful at smashing their goals. And so for me, it's my main goal for the next 3 months is to get as many people as possible in the leadership advantage, which is my proven system for smashing any goal in 90 days. My proven system to help you get to your next business and income level in the next 90 days. So that you want to double your income or launch a podcast or look at the coaching program. The system has all the steps plus a ton of accountability and check-ins to help you reach that goal in 90 days. And I so believe that it works, that if you don't reach the goal in 90 days, I am going to keep working with you for free until you get there. This is how confident I am that the system works. And one of the things that I'm working on from January to get people in the system is to start doing events. And it's something that really excites me, something that I did in the past, and it was so aligned. I really love workshops and teaching and empowering people. And but at the same time, there is so much work involved, especially for the in-person events, that I tend to get distracted. And one thing that is popping into my mind is, while I work on these events and promoting the leadership advantage, is I should write a book. I should turn this system into a book. Now, as someone who has written a book in the past in skincare, I know how time consuming even self publishing a book is. And I know that it would be a big distraction for me to drop everything that I'm doing and publish this book, which, yes, will get me clients and will get me people in the system, but it's a very long-term project. And so the day that I got this idea, I was working on my events and the dates and the venues and just doing planning. And then this idea, boom, pops into my mind. And so my first instinct, obviously, as I'm passionate, as someone who gets really excited by these new shiny ideas, is to drop everything that I'm doing and start looking at the book. And that's what I did. Put the stop on working on events, and instead I'm like, okay, I want to write this book. So let me play around with it, and let me play around with the outline, maybe doing some research on Amazon to see what people are saying about similar books, and what people liked, what they don't like, what's missing. And then I caught myself and I was like, Georgia, if you can keep going down this rabbit hole, and at the end of the day, you will have nothing done, because you know that comes tomorrow, you will go back to working on your event and the book will just probably not happen. Or if the excitement really lasts long and the idea stays in your brain for that long, you may work on the book much a lot more, but you will neglect the event. And so in the end, you will not get anything done and you will not accomplish any goal. And so have you ever felt in that position? So how do I do? How do I cope with this? How do you deal with shiny objects? Because a lot of people out there, a lot of coaches, a lot of productivity experts, they will tell you to simply ignore the idea and stay focused on what you're doing. And I don't believe in that. I do believe that you get to stay focused on your goals, and I also believe that if you are multi-passionate like me, if you get easily excited by the next new shiny idea, then simply telling yourself that you should not pursue that, well, it feels icky, it doesn't feel right. And what if it's a really, really good idea and you forget about it? And so I believe there is a way to indulge your curiosity in this new shiny idea without compromising your goals and without taking your focus away from your goals. So I'm going to share that with you today. But first, I want to be clear on what a shiny object is. Because shiny object, of course, it is a new idea. You're working again on your program, and now, bam, you want to start a book, or you want to start a podcast, or maybe you want to go on a different collaboration, something that so shiny object syndrome is absolutely anything that takes your focus away from your business goal and your business mission. And second, it can be a new business idea or a niche that excites you right now, but maybe you don't even sure if you are that good or you have the skills. But again, you are just in an excitement, you're playing around with the idea of starting a new business. It can be again a new business project, a new collaboration. It can be simply new technologies. Maybe you should be working on your newsletter. You are writing your newsletter for the week. And then you think, oh, maybe I should change platforms. And before you know, you're researching ConvertKit and Acting Campaign and MailerLite. And so the newsletter doesn't get done. It can also be a new social media platform because maybe you've been focusing on Instagram or YouTube, but you heard that someone has massive success on TikTok. And so now you're thinking maybe I should jump on there. And so you neglect your current platforms to pursue something that you don't even know if it's going to work because you don't have a plan in place. So anything that excites you, anything that takes your focus away, whether it's a new idea, a new project, a new technology, new platform, even just and absolutely anything that takes your focus away. And so when you have that voice telling you that, hey, this new thing here is so exciting, while what you're working on is so boring, well, what do you do? How do you deal with it so that you stay focused and you actually finish the work that you told yourself that you were gonna do, but still give yourself the space and the time to pursue this new object that interests you? So, first of all, again, the first thing that I want to say is don't make yourself feel wrong for experiencing shiny object syndrome because it's totally normal for people, especially if you are multi-passionate or if you are really excited about the work that you do, to want to do more of it, to want to pursue all these exciting things. Like I dream one day of having a business where I have one-on-one coaching and online courses and group programs and retreats and books and podcasts and a TV show. Like I have such big plans. And I also know that for that all to happen, I get to start one thing at a time. And so don't make yourself wrong for feeling that excitement. Just remind yourself that you can do all the things. And so just not all the things at the same time. You get to prioritize and do things in the right order. And so here's what to do when you're experiencing shiny object syndrome. First of all, as soon as the idea pops into your brain, I want you to write that idea down. So you can do that online if you're using a project manager like Asana, ClickUp, or Trello. Have a board, have a space, whatever it is, where you write down all these new shiny ideas. Again, like you want to launch a new product, you want to collaborate with a new person, you want to try a new platform, you have heard that someone is there's this new amazing new software on the market for online courses or email marketing and you want to check that out. So whatever that idea is, write this down. And this is a way to get that idea out of your brain so that it does not distract you, but at the same time to don't forget about it. Because one of the main reasons why we pursue those exciting new shiny objects in real time and we drop everything that we are doing to pursue the shiny thing is because we are afraid that we're going to forget about it. And so write it down. As I said, you can do it online. You can even do it on your notes, the notes app on your phone. You can have like a note when you put down all your shiny object ideas. You could also have a notebook or a journal where you just manually write down on one page all these new shiny idea that excites you. It doesn't matter what you do, how you do it, where you jot everything down. It just matters that you record the idea so that you feel safe and you feel good moving on and going back to doing the work that you need to accomplish for that day, knowing that the idea is not going to be forgotten and that you can come back to that. So that's step one. Step one is write the idea down. Step two is, again, go back to your work, because the temptation, even after you jot down the idea, is to go back and pursue that. Totally normal. But there is a reason why you were working on that project. So, for example, in my example, I was working on planning events. And by the way, stay tuned, because of course you're going to be the first to know when these events are live, and they are not going to be your classic webinars where I'm going to sell for 40 minutes and give you nothing. They're going to be workshops, very high interactive workshops, when you're going to come away with a tangible outcome. And so my vision is I have this workshop. I see myself teaching. I see myself empowering you, giving you some tangible tools to reach your next level of success in 90 days. And so for me, this is something that it serves my mission. Again, my goal is to get as many women as possible in the next 3 months in the leadership advantage. And I know that by doing events is one of the fastest ways to accomplish that. Whether a book is more of a long-term project, so it does serve my vision overall, but it doesn't serve my vision in the next 3 months. And so just reminding myself when it gets boring, when you lose interest, or why you are doing the work that you are doing is very powerful, because success isn't the result of a light bulb. It's not a result of chasing random ideas. Success is a result of consistent daily action that is aligned with your business mission and the impact that you want to make in the world. So success is a result of daily action, sometimes even boring action, but you get to be consistent. If you have a goal, you get to work every single day towards a goal until you reach it. Because otherwise it's so easy to think that if you pursue something else, you're going to get results. And yes, there is a way. Like when I do my first event, or when I do 2 events, and I see that maybe I will have data to evaluate if this approach is working. In the past, it always has, so I am confident that it will. But if I see that it's not working, if I work towards the event and I see that it's not working, then I can pivot, right? Or I can try to, first of all, tweak the workshop. Maybe the day was not right, maybe the time was not right, maybe the topic was not right, so I can tweak that. But if I see the long term, after I pursue the strategy consistently for a few months, if I see that it's not working, then I can pivot. But the temptation for most people is to pivot where they are not even finished, when they're just still in the very early stages, or where they are midway and they don't have enough data to know if actually the idea is working or not. And so just stay in the step you're in. There is a reason why you picked your current goal, why you're focusing on what you're focusing on now. And so stay focused there. And reconnect with your why, reconnect with your vision, reconnect with why you're doing what you are doing, so that you will feel motivated again to keep working on it. As you go back to work on your original project and putting your shiny idea on hold because you wrote it down, you will feel much better because you're like, oh, okay, the shiny idea is recorded, is it jotted down, and I will tell you what to do with it next. But first, you are going to go back, you're going to refocus, you're going to reconnect with your vision of why you're working on what you're currently working and pump yourself up again because that is exciting. And if you stick to that daily consistent action, you're going to get your results. And so that's what you do. You get your shiny idea, you write it down, and then you reconnect with your purpose for what you're currently doing, and you work on it until it is accomplished or until the end of the day. And the first step is to explore your new idea. So here's where it goes wrong. I understand why people tell you to disregard your shiny ideas, shiny objects, because otherwise you get nothing done. If you want to explore the new shiny idea in real time, you literally will get nothing done. Because let's be honest, the vast majority of shiny ideas, shiny objects lead nowhere. They excite you for an hour, for a day, for 2 weeks, and then you forget it. And in that time, you have taken time away from the thing that you were actually working on, and that it was going to give you the results. And so exploring your idea in real time is not a good idea. But what I do is set aside some time to explore all those shiny ideas that I have jotted down. So I like to do this on a weekend. I don't particularly like, sometimes I work on weekends, like today I am doing this live for you, but on the weekends I am much more relaxed. I don't work as much as I work Monday to Friday. And so I have sometimes set aside on weekends to explore new shiny ideas. Maybe you can do that in the evenings if that works better for you. Whatever it is, set aside 1 to 3 hours every week where in your calendar, where those 1 to 3 hours are just for exploring new shiny ideas. So you know, as you go back to working on your goals, you know that you have time to explore, that you are not ignoring your shiny ideas, you are not disregarding them, you are not forgetting about them. You will work on them, but you will work on them at a time where it does not conflict with working on your goals. So basically, you pursue them in your free time, in time that was not already allocated to working towards your goals. And by the time you get there, like you may have a shiny idea on Monday or Tuesday, and by the time Saturday rolls around and you're ready to explore it, you will realize that that idea doesn't excite you anymore, and you're gonna be so happy that you did not waste any time pursuing that on Monday or Tuesday. Otherwise, you would have wasted a lot of time because now Saturday is here and you look at your list and it's like, well, I have 5 things here, 3 don't excite me anymore. I'm just not interested. Well, great. You saved yourself hours going down rabbit holes and you still have 2 other ideas to explore. And so when you have you look at your list, some of these ideas you will immediately cancel and disregard and cross off the list. What do you do with the ideas that are still on the list? So the first step is to ask yourself, does this bring me closer to my goal? So again, when I have the idea of working on my book, the answer is yes. My mission is to impact as many women as possible because I see so many of you struggling to accomplish your goals. So you have all the strategies, and yet you are stuck in busy work and nothing gets moving, and you're hustling, doing all this work, and nothing ever gets done. You don't get the results that you want. And so, having a book where I share my message and I share my proven method, my proven system, the Leadership Advantage is going to help women, is going to make a big impact in their lives, is going to guide them into the system so that they can finally get out of busy work and hustle mode and get the results they want much easier and faster than they thought possible. It also gives me instant authority and credibility, puts me in front of a larger audience, so it does bring me closer to my goal. So in that case, he passed the first test, he passed the first question. And so, yes, this is something that I am going to pursue. If it is not, you may realize that it's something that maybe doesn't excite you so much, something that doesn't help you. If it doesn't help you get if it doesn't help you get closer to your goals, you can still pursue it, but yeah, only in your free time. If it helps you get closer to your goals, then it gets priority. The second question is this relevant to the current stage of business I am at? Because again, writing this book for me is going to bring me closer to my vision, to my goal, but it's not relevant to the current stage that I am in, because right now my main goal is to get women into the system. And writing a book is a long-term strategy. Event, short-term. Yes, it takes time to organize events, but it is a shorter strategy than writing a book, because if you want to write a book properly, you need at least 1 year. And you also need a big marketing push. But with events, you can have a much smaller number of people and still get clients into the system. So it is relevant to my vision, but it is not relevant to the current stage that I'm in, to the current goal that I have of getting people to the system in the short term. And so I can put aside that that project is gonna stay on my list. I'm gonna put the project in the next 3 years. I have a project that I want to accomplish this year, then the 3-year plan, the 5-year plan. So that book is going to be in the next 3 years, but it is not relevant to what I'm doing now. And so I will be doing myself a disservice if I were to start working on the book right now. If it is relevant to your business, to the stage of business you're at, then you can find a way. You look at your calendar, you can find a way to incorporate that project into what you're currently doing. If it is not relevant, you're gonna pursue them, but you're just gonna put it on hold for a while. You're gonna say, I can revisit this in 3 months, in 6 months, in a year. So it's still gonna get done, but you're not taking the focus away from what you're currently doing. And the first step is to decide how to explore your new shiny idea. So for me, I know that the book is something that I want to do, but not this year. It can be done realistically now in 2025, since we are still in December right now. So for me, like, even though I know that I won't actively write that book in the next year, I still decided to have a folder on ClickUp where it's in my notes, where I can, during this year, that if I get any idea, if I think, oh, I want to include the story in this book, oh, I want to incorporate these tools in the book, that I have a place where I can store all these ideas for them so that I don't forget anything. So I can start doing some initial research, and it's a way for me to gain. It's a way for me to work on the book. It's a way for me to make progress on the book, so that when in 1 year I will go to the project, I will actually have a lot of stuff already incorporated. I will already know, again, what I will have some stories, some statistics, some case studies that I can use for the book, and it's going to make writing the book a lot more easier and fun and flowing. But at the same time, I'm not taking time away from what I am currently doing. So if you decide that this project, again, maybe you decide that the project is aligned and relevant, so decide how you are going to explore it. When are you going to set time for it in? And there's something that you're currently working on that does not help you get reach your goals. And so in that case, you can substitute that with your new idea. Or maybe again, you say, I only want to do this small part, or like I want to do a podcast, but I only want to do the research phase right now. I only have time for the research phase. So I'm going to set aside 1 hour every week to pursue this, but it's not something that I'm going to pour too much time into it. Or maybe something that again you realize that, well, it does not help me get closer to my goals, but it's something that I really enjoy and I want to pursue it in my free time. And so you're going to make time in your free time away from your work to work on this. Or maybe like me, something that gets you closer to your goals, but it's not relevant for the current stage you're in. And so you may decide, like me, that you're just gonna take notes in the meantime, or you're gonna have your file where the research is going to come in. Or you can even just say, no, I'm gonna revisit this project in 2 months or 3 months. And then in 3 months, I'm gonna check if I'm still interested and if I like it, and if there is any step that I can take. Maybe in 2 months I will have more free time. I will have accomplished some of the goals that I'm currently working on, and so will sometime will be free to start working casually, slowly on this new project. And so this is a system that I use. I write down the idea, I go back to what I'm currently working, and then I set aside time, specific time allocated only to pursuing my new shiny ideas. And if something is relevant and aligned with my mission, then I find a way, whether now or in the future, to pursue it. Otherwise, I just let it go without guilt. And I can assure you, most of your ideas will just go nowhere because humans are idea machines, but you don't need to pursue all your ideas, you just need a winning one. But this way, you can pursue your interests without feeling like you're missing out on anything, without feeling like your ideas don't matter, and you're still gonna get the new excitement, because especially if you're multi-passionate, you need the excitement, the new shiny object energy, I like to call it. And so as long as you set aside time in your free time to work on it, you're set, because you're still using your work time to work towards your goals and get stuff done and accomplish what you see what accomplish, but you still let time in your schedule to pursue the things that excite you, even if they may not be going nowhere. And sometimes if you're very creative, just pursuing something for the heck of it, for the fun of it, even if it doesn't go anywhere, it can just energize you, inspire you to actually do the work that you're meant to do in your work time. The main message that I want you to take away from this live is that it is okay to pursue your shiny ideas. Just set specific allocated time for them in your schedule so that you don't take time away from the things that will help you reach your goals. So I hope that this has been inspiring. I hope that it has been helpful. If so, please write down your comments below because I read all of them. And if you're interested in the Digital Advantage, then simply let me know and let's get you in. Bye for now.